Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video, and please like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you want to, in the description below, there is a donation link for me to get better stuff in the future so I can provide better content for you guys. That's enough of me wasting your time. Thanks for watching the video. Alright, let's see if I can do a crash course real quick. So, first things up, we have the shop. So, the first things first, you want to go to this stuff. It takes like around, what, 16k to get everything, including, or 16k to get to this part of the shop, and like a little bit more to get, you know, classified contracts and fusion cores. This is where you get your fusion cores and classified contracts. This is free to play. You also get your seasonal maze gear here. Always buy this first, in my opinion. The 4 summons you get for awakening tickets isn't that worth, to be honest. Versus endgame gear, this is endgame gear. You get so much endgame gear here. Seasonal T6 gear is extremely important. I would buy this first, no matter what. Other than that, you also have season points. Doesn't really matter. You got the event stuff. Cool. Go back to exchange scissors. So you want to use this, in my opinion, as a free to play. You can do this like 1 or 2 times, or in general just all 5 times. You can buy employment contracts, summons with gold. So you can just buy all this stuff. With gold, refresh, you can get prime ship parts. You can get purple schematics. You can get anything that you pretty much desire here, and it's really good, especially if you want to progress further into the game or get more employment contracts. After that, you get 50 or 75 crystal cost eterniums, 3 times each on each price. For dolphins and whales, you know, do all 6 in total. For free to plays, I would definitely recommend doing 3 standard refreshes. Other than that, I would buy 2 a day. They're very cheap at 90 in total. Other than that, you also have some fusion cores, set binary packages, and gear precision packages. For free to plays though, I would definitely just do 2. And the next big thing is planet mall points. You do not want to use these points. Don't mind me, I'm just being a dumbass. Operators cost 3,000 planet points each. It takes 24k planet points to get a operator. Honestly, I have an operator guide, so go check that out. It'll be in the description below. Hopefully I will remember. Check the operator guide out. You have raids. I will explain raids in a bit, but this is the currency. Always buy the T5 T6 universal modes. It's cheap, very cheap. Dies, buy the purple schematics. These are what you need to build SSR ships. So usually takes like 3 months ish without any external help to build your ship. So definitely would buy this first. Also, you have all of the other stuff. Challenge mode. So later on in the game, you will be able to finish everything, and then you'll just, you know, do one challenge ticket per day, exchange all that good stuff. You get all this good loot right here. Get the maze stuff, get the tuning binaries, set binaries. They're really strong. You also really good. You also have browning more and all the other stuff here. I would not prioritize these are pretty good. These are permanent, so obviously that's why you have the ticket into challenge point conversion. You have your consortium stuff, get the fusion core, set binaries, and then everything else. Once the new GVGs come out, you get more points. Business cards, get your fusion cores, get your limited time contract monthly, get your other SAPT cores. That's pretty much it for everything else. Remember that you do have a very important thing. It's called the Quartz Package. You use Quartz to get 11 awakening summon tickets every goddamn week. Do this as a free to play. This is your must buy every week if you can afford it. This is absolutely what you want as a free to play, because this is the only way you're going to be able to get an abundance of summon tickets for awakened banners. That's pretty much it for the most part. I think everything else is just paying for stuff. That's pretty much it. After that, we have the world map. So let's look through the world map. So we have, you know, these branches. So at the start of the game, you can get 2 branches. When you build those 2 branches, you will get something called an SR ship selector. You can either get the Gleipnir ship or you can get the Abraham ship. I would definitely recommend getting the Gleipnir ship. It's a pretty decent ship for PvE and whatnot. And the Abraham ship is a mech only ship. So unless you're going mechs, I wouldn't suggest it at all. And they're pretty cheap to buy anyways. Other than that, just wait for levels to unlock each of these branches. I would not use Quartz at all if you are a free to play. And you can relate to my complete guide video 1 to how to build the branch facilities and whatnot. It will also tell you how to do these raids and whatnot. So if you see something like, so how I have a Discord in the description below to do raids, 0% hit raids and 100% hit raids. So if you see something like under 18 hours, you can go in here, kill it. Everything else though, you can do 0% hit raids. Like for example, let's see if I can find something. So let's see on this. Okay, I don't know who hit this guy's raid, but okay, this guy is not part of any of our guilds. I will notify this guy, but you can see how everyone part of the 5 guilds that this Discord server has is doing 0% hit damage. I'm gonna tell this guy to remove him. But other than that, that is basically how you do your raids and stuff. You can check complete guide video 1 for it. That's that. Also, do your dives at the bottom right here. You can see that there are dives. This you will absolutely need to do every 3 months. That's basically how you get your ship. It's a very, very fast way of getting your ship. Everything costs info in that section as well. You have the counter pass for free to play. Well, you get pretty decent rewards. But I would definitely spend if you are a dolphin or whatever like that. If you can spend it on the counter pass. Well, to get the pass, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is buy the admin coin subscription, and that's the cheapest option to buy the counter pass. It's only $13. Other than that, you also have your good old stam refreshes in these times, and you get a box of 50k gold or something and 800 info, which is really, really nice. After that, you do have something called a big firm, small firm, or all those kind of missions. They are not retroactive. The stages when you complete them are, but everything else like summon one, craft one, enhance one, all that stuff, that is not retroactive. So I highly recommend going through every single mission one by one after you complete each stage, so you don't have to go back and repeat something. Because when you do, and then when you do something like buy something weekly and it refreshes next week and you're on Monday, but the new quest requires you to buy something weekly and you already bought it, it doesn't work. So pay attention to these missions that appear over here. After that, we have Gauntlet. So Gauntlet stuff, strategy battle, pretty easy. I explained it in one of my complete guide videos. In general, check it out. But use your 5 tickets every day. For ranked battles, use all your points before it caps out. This is how you get your Gauntlet points. You don't even have to win. You can just lose and get 60 points each. It's very, very easy to get points. And that's pretty much it for that. After that, you have your recruitment. Nothing really to talk about here, except save your blue tickets for a unit that you can definitely at least pity on. Big ones are like Rosaria or the old admin coming out, or all those other units. Yuna, who's coming out in like 2 weeks, hopefully, will be coming out, and that is one of the big 3. SSR A Hilda is definitely getting buffed as well soon, but Yuna is one of the best awakening units in the game. Awakening units have pity, so if I summon right here, it wouldn't matter anyways, because I would get 10 out of 150 for Yuna. SSRs for awakening units, pity over. Normal SSRs do not. Other than that, we also have your operations. So you have your main story. I would recommend doing episode 1, 2, 3 hard mode as well, episode 4 and 5 afterwards. So what hard mode does is it unlocks a few of these stages like cover ops. You can get your good old dailies right here. You can do hard mode to get this daily right here as well. So getting the dailies are really, really important, simply because it's a nice stamina dump as well as a really good ship farmer or tuning binaries or info. At least get the info, because you're going to need a lot of info in this game. One of the stages you can farm is Gutter Rat 1-4. It gives you T5 molds as well. It's 3 T5 molds and 1 team to clear. It's pretty short. Talent recruitment in general. Ooh, definitely get Kim Sobin. Get yourself Lin Jin. Get yourself Evelyn and Ryan Ferrier, Arius, and Sylvia. Those are the ones that are most notably one of the better SRs in the game, and you can farm them to 110. I'm doing that right now for Kim Sobin. I just need one more copy. It takes like what, 120 I think to complete 1 SR and 150 for 1 SSR, but it turns into 70 for 1 SR once you get one copy of them, and like I think 90 or 120 for SSRs. So other than that, you also have all this stuff doesn't really matter, to be honest. Just 3-star them once and you're good. Same thing with this. It's not worth it. But you can farm it if you want, but I would not. If you want gold, farm the Sylvia stage. That's the best one to get. After that, you have simulations. Do not use your simulation tickets unless you have the last stage complete. The last stage being level 90 stages. These give you the most. Don't say, just buy those 2 tickets each day and then use them at the very end. It is the most efficiency you can do, and you won't waste resources that way. Other than that, you also have an option to do stack auto. Now, stack auto is a mechanic where you can run a stage up to 20 times through info, and you get 20 runs in 1 run. I would not recommend that at all. Info is very, 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 very important. Side stories, though, you get to do side stories, you get to learn their lore and whatnot, and you get their shards 3 times a day. I would recommend doing them because they are free. SRs, SSRs, and all of them, in my opinion, are pretty worth, except for Stronghold. I honestly wouldn't do it, but I do it anyways. Other than that, though, yeah, free good stuff. So you need to finish chapter 5, I believe, to unlock Delta 7. Unlocking chapter 5 also gives you the option to build Enterprise, and Enterprise is one of the best ships in the game. I would definitely recommend to do that. Counter cases. From the counter cases, I would definitely recommend you reading Lee Yumi, Kang So-yoon, and that's it. Those 2 are pretty important if you're story-wise. I would definitely read Kang So-yoon and Lee Yumi before chapter 5. After chapter 5, I would read Soo-yoon's last one, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. Everything else is very much tied to the story. I really do like the story in this game. Everything is tied, as well as the side stories. Side stories, I would read these first 3 side stories before chapter 5 as well. Chapter 5 is like the Avengers Endgame of everything. Everything links together at this chapter, and it makes a lot more sense. The reason why you should read Kang So-yoon and Lee Yumi is because it has to do with something in chapter 5, and it makes a lot more sense that way. As well as the fact that you do know that her sister is part of the militia, which we will be getting her sister soon. Not soon, but sometime. Other than that, you have free contract. Finish all your free contracts. I believe you need to do chapter 3 for this. After you do chapter 3, heavily rush to free contract 333. You get yourself some really, really nice gear. You get 2 tier 5 modes and the option to put 3 squads in a team. This means you can split your squad, I will explain that later, into 3 and then farm. You can farm 24 units here. It's gonna take a long ass time, but it's worth, and you get 2 modes at least. So you can farm this overnight. Very good source of gear. You got your event. Alright. After that, you know, you got your friends list as well. I would definitely recommend, if you're going to join the server and do it my way, basically, you're gonna friend the 9 or the 5 guilds that are in there, and they can do 0% hits. Do not friend your own guild because there is no reason to. They can hit your raids already. Other than that, you also have mentees. I would definitely recommend getting your mentees. God, I hate the glitch. But I would definitely recommend actually doing this as a new player because it gives you free rewards. That's the rewards for being a mentor. But it gives you a free SSR and whatnot. I would definitely recommend actually getting yourself a mentor, simply because if you also do message them, if you find them through Discord, they can actually help you a lot. I wouldn't recommend, as a mentor, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but honestly I'm pretty lazy and I'm trying to get this video through. But basically, if you are a mentor, just look for someone who has changed their profile picture or changed their name, and at least at that point you can realize, oh, maybe they'll actually play the game. Other than that, I do have my friend code here for the mentor. Copy this friend code, put it into your mentors, and you'll get me as a mentor. I can also help you out. In the description below is my Discord link. So message me if you need to, or just message me through YouTube. Doesn't matter. That's pretty much it for that part. Your guild. Definitely pay attention to your guild. You have your weekly missions, gives you all these points, as well as this is how you get your contribution points for the guild consortium, basically, to get your fusion cores. The biggest thing though is welfare points. Always use this before the end of the week ends, because they reset completely. They do not stack. So use these whenever you're gonna farm a lot, but make sure you use them all, because if you don't, they're just gonna get reset to the max total. The max total is based off your guild level. Other than that, GVGs are coming out soon, so that's pretty exciting. Ooh, what else am I missing? Okay, so by the way, all of this is done freestyle, but trying to make all the info crash into something small as much as possible. So I also wanted to talk about squad building. So squad building and whatnot, I also talk about in chapter or episode 3 of my complete guide video. But basically the TLDR is try and make your squad as balanced as possible. You know, you have your ship, right? But how I usually like to do things is I do 3 rangers, 1 sniper, 2 defenders or strikers, and 1 defender or striker, whoever you didn't do. So I usually like to start with a ranger, into striker, into a support, into a sniper, into a rotating into a defender, into the last striker. So if it was a defender first, you would have this one be a defender instead. That's how I like to do things. Other than that though, this is usually what I usually like to do. And then you have your last 2 rangers here. I would not really recommend this comp. I just put in random characters, but this is the class types that you would like to do. Other than that though, that's basically how I usually like to do my comps. But I would definitely recommend getting them all to like level 100 like ASAP, absolutely as fast as possible. Using your EXP salaries and whatnot. You're not gonna use gold that much in the early game, so all your gold's gonna be funneling into your 8 main units. After that, you want to split like 2 to 3 units throughout 3 squads, because you're gonna use 3 squads sooner or later, and then 4, and then 5. But mainly the 3 squads, so you can start leveling up everything else, because you can have 3 members and then everything else can be like level 1, so you can level them up naturally without using your EXP salary. So you can do all these 3 squads and level up like I am doing right here. I'm just leveling these guys up, as you can see. Other than that though, check out the complete guide video 3 for that one. After that, we have implants. So implant your units like this, because you only want to use your common units to do this, since you know you have so many of them and they don't give business cards. If you use the same defender type, you will get 1.5 EXP. It's really useful that way. Pretty much only use common units for that. Skill training, you know, this is why you need the info. You know, skill training, boom boom. The first 2 levels, level 3 is yellow skill books, then it turns into purple skill books, and then that's level 5. So level 5 is the strongest one. Each character has its own thing. You can do 2, 3, 4, 1, but usually you want 1 to be the last one. The first skill is just basic attack damage. Like for her, you would like to do okay, so for her, you want to max out her second skill first, third skill, then fourth skill, then the last basic attack skill. So she's 2, 3, 4, 1. But much characters are very, very much different. Like him, you would just do 2, 3, and then 1, etc., etc. All these characters are different like that. Limit breaks. This is a very, very important thing. Do not use your dupes for this. You see this right here? Do not do that. Even though it removes cores, do not do that. You need like 15 dupes to easily get someone to 102, 104, 106, 108, and 110. You can see that it uses fusion cores. If you have all 3 or all 2 or whatever, it will completely remove the cost of fusion cores. Fusion cores are pretty much needed for awakened units, because those are really, really hard to dupe with, or units that don't have a way to getting them besides summoning. Or no, just in general, there's no way of getting them. Like Yumina, Hilda, and Shiyun. There's no way of actually getting them, but I would definitely fusion core those awakening units and whatnot, because they're limited in a sense that you can't really get much dupes with them. Now, then you ask what's the point of saving the dupes, right? Obviously, I just told you, you know, all this stuff. Use 3, bam. I think I can give you an example somewhere. Hopefully. Maybe not. Yeah, I already did all mine, but I can give you an example here. But basically, for purples and SSRs, they're pretty hard to get, right? But for SRs or for common and rare units, you can actually use these because you don't want to actually use cores for something that is so easy to get. So for rares and commons, you want to get yourself some copies instead of using these limit breaks. And those are pretty easy considering you can farm all the units you want in talent recruitment. So that's my main recommendation for that. If you're not using your blue and common units to fodder them up to max stars, then obviously again do not use your dupes on SRs or SSRs. They are very, very important. You can just use your cores for that. That's what they're for. If you do not want to actually use commons and rares to dupe them up, you can always go into your management and delete them. What deleting does gives you basically business cards. Business cards are what you need to get your monthly materials like fusion cores and whatnot. So I would definitely highly recommend getting the useless ones. I'm gonna build later on, but you only need 15 copies and I can get her plenty. So I'm gonna use her for example, but I already deleted pretty much everyone that I didn't want, and you get fusion cores off that. If you do that on commons, you won't get any business cards. So pretty much resort to selling your blues and implant foddering your commons. Now after that's done, you can also see that I have like 900 space. You can increase your space. I would definitely recommend it every time you're getting to a certain point of the game, because you will have that much that you will need to keep. Obviously, if you go to the collection, you do have your good old quartz that you want to collect. Always do that. Other than that though, you also have scouting. Of course, like I said, you can build up shards, and basically if you see this, I got 3 more Eddie Fisher, then I can scout him. And that's how you get your copies, so you can get a free 110 unit. That's pretty much it. Scouting, really nice. Lifetime contract. So don't be fooled to the point where you need to lifetime contract to get 2% stats. All stats at 2% buff activated at the max loyalty. That is always without a free contract or a permanent contract, live contract, whatever it is called. What is it called? Lifetime contract. The yellow means it will never disappear. That's what this is for. But the all stats 2% is already activated at max loyalty. You don't need it. Salary negotiation. Something I really want to show you guys. Ingrid. So use as many as you can to the point where you can get that loyalty up to a certain point without wasting much. So I'm gonna do right there, right? And then always do the left option. This will double your loyalty. That is what you want to look for the most. After that, after you get 100, then you want to resort to just appealing to passion, which is just minus 10% credit cost, so you don't have to pay that much. And this is why no loyalty can be gained. But if you go to a great success, that loyalty will double. Oh baby, that's fucking good. Now I can actually show you right here. I have 17 dupes for her. Boom boom. Now I can get the third one, but I want to show you I can 110, right? So we're gonna do this. Bam, I just used dupes to get her up, and for the sake of, you know, showing the stuff, obviously this is 6 fusion cores for a blue unit. It's not worth it, right? So let's just get the rest of her up there. Let's just get her to level 100. Boom boom boom. So right here, obviously you can tell that I don't need to do the left option because it's gonna be maxed out already, but you still want to gain loyalty, so you do the middle option, right? Boom. All right, level 100. So here is what I mean. So for blue units and common units, you can just do this. Bam. No fusion cores required. Bam. 104. So you can see that each stat growth is increased by 2% each time you do this. While that 2% will happen every time you limit break from like level 50 to 70, 90, 100. This is every 2 levels. This is why 110 units are so strong. You get 2% every time this happens. Boom. 110 stats. And then you can level this to 110. That is real. That's like 10% extra stats on top of the level 100 to 110, on top of the implants from level 100 to 110. If you didn't know, implants are basically like 1 level each in a sense. They give you extra stats. As you can see here, I have tons of these strikers. And fully implanted, nice, good old stats. So now she's technically maxed until she hits 110 for more implants to open up. 1 level is 1 implant, basically in a sense. So that's that. Other than that, why do I have all these 5 increase? Honestly, you don't need this much. You only need 1 because obviously you're gonna buy a shit ton of this. I used to have 0. I always use these. These are really good. Craft your tier 5 gear like this. Boom, boom, boom. You should have enough resources too once you found them all. And basically, I just fast pass them over and over and over and over and over. Other than that, you can get your red skill books here. You can get some more spectral stuff there. But most importantly, your normal ship schematics that you buy in the shop, you can upgrade to the special ship schematics. Really nice. It's pretty worth. Now, the biggest thing here is that you lose out on some if you decide to transfer. It is 30 to like 10. It's not that worth it. What you want to do instead is green to green. And then when you do green to green, if it takes you around like 3, holy shit, this takes a lot. So it takes 30, right? So if you have 300 of these cores to make 10 of these, okay, let's say it's 150 of these mech cores to make 1 of these. How much of these do you need to make 1 of these? It's 5. So 150 APT cores makes 1 mech core. So you need 750 cores to make 5 cores to make, or 5 SP APT cores to make 1 fusion core. That's how valuable fusion cores are. You can also get 1 fusion core from the expeditions that you do in the world map. So boom, I can craft that, right? Bam. So I can honestly make like, well, if I had more special catalysts that you can buy in the shop or from business cards, you can make, I can make like literally 10 right now. Like, okay, I can make like 6 right now. And that's pretty fucking good. Like, right, all over here, I can get like 15. Oh my god, I can actually get so much more. I can get like 1 limit break in for SSR, and that's pretty good. That's how you get it, get fusion cores for free to play, basically. Other than that, you also have gear tuning. Please only use your set binaries. Oh god, it's your set binaries for, okay, obviously, like, you know, you can do this stuff too, right? Like, you can upgrade all this tier 6 gear with auto select. It only selects common and blues, right? Keep your gear. I'm getting tired of talking. So the biggest thing I want to show you, tell you guys is that for your tier 5 SSRs, when you get tier 5 SSRs, or tier 5 SRs are better than tier 4 SSRs. So honestly, in my opinion, before you were able to unlock the farming stages for these gears, keep all the gear you can with set effects. Set effects are really, really strong, and they help you clear content a hell of a lot. As you can see, it's 10% attack or like 30% skill haste. It's really, really strong. But once you are able to farm, tier 5 SRs are better than tier 4 SSRs. That will tell you something. Tier 4 SC gear, like superconduct gear, has purple fixed substats, all this stuff. I do explain all of this in my complete guide video too. It explains all about gear and all about the stats, each stat, each mechanic in the game. Highly recommend checking that out. But the main things you want to look for in this video is, I'm going to tell you, do not use your goddamn set binaries on anything lower than T6. T6 gear is your end game gear. These kind of gears, like exclusives or set stuff like SC gear, superconduct gear, or your exclusive gears, or your maze gears, or your spectral blaze gears, they all have a purple thing, a purple fixed stat. It is fixed to that set or exclusive gear, cannot be changed, and that's what makes them so good, because it is percentages. Super, super strong. The yellow stat can be changed for certain gear, or each gear has a certain set of yellow stats that you can roll. Most of the time, anti-ground damage is the best, or skill haste. But the main thing I want to tell you guys is that just put a set onto someone. It doesn't matter. Or if you have like really good set substats like ground damage or skill haste, then make a broken set where it's not like 4 out of 4. It's like 1 1 1 1. But you have extremely good substats. Substats can carry you through the game as well. But absolutely, if you are a low level with tier 1, tier 2 gear, you're not gonna have that luxury. So get yourself attack, and I can show you for a whole unit actually. Get yourself like attack and attack. God, what am I doing? For unit like, oh god, all these units are super fucking decked out. So for Hilda, like, get yourself like HP, evasion, and she can go pretty fucking wild because that gives her so much HP, so much evasion in the game. Those substats are pretty good, yes, but the 20% to a PvE stat like this, it will boost it huge. This might make it or break it in content that you might find too hard to clear. So definitely pay attention to sets. Sets are really, really important. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else to talk about except for the ship. The ship, just build Enterprise. Look at Guide 1, the complete Guide 1, if you want more advice, but make Enterprise, not Enterprise carrier type. Make Enterprise. Chapter 5, you get Enterprise. SR Gleipnir should be able to carry you all the way to there. Other than that, to carry you through most of the game, just get yourself a nice old... Where are the ships at? A nice old Normandy. You get a free Normandy, you get a free Under Control. These are good ships for movement on the map, and they will carry you through most of the game, even at level 1. So definitely level those up. Level those up to level 15 and level 30 because there are missions that require you to. Other than that, it doesn't take you that much mats at all. So that's ships. All in all, I think I covered pretty much everything in the game. Let's see things that people want to... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to make that video. So, other than that, I'm checking if anyone else has anything else that they want to share for the game. And that's pretty much it. That's my crash course. Everyone else that recommended me ideas on what to talk about on what they didn't want to do as a noob, it's pretty much covered, I think, for the most part. We are chilling then. Yeah, don't spend gold binaries on tier 5 or below in a mentee system, and that's pretty much it for the most part. Classified tickets always. So that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna go cover the update video now. See you guys later.